What's up everyone, it's Bones here. In today's video, I'll be covering the new Gishki support revealed last night, while also going to a combo that I feel goes through most of the cards in this deck and will give an understanding of what you need to do if you want to play this deck. But before I begin, if you happen to enjoy content like this, clicking on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons would be greatly appreciated, as it goes a long way in supporting the channel and shows me that you like content like this. So to begin, I'll start by reading Aquamirror Focalization. And you can add one Gishki monster from your deck to your hand. Then during the end phase, if you control a water ritual monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard, set one Aquamirror spell trap from your deck or graveyard to your field, except Focalization, and you can only use this effect, funny enough, of Focalization once per turn. So I'm going to start by using the Focalization, adding the Grim, which is a second new Gishki, and it reads, if you ritual summon exactly one water ritual monster with a card effect that requires use of monsters, this card can be used as the entire requirement. When this card is summoned, you can special summon one Gishki monster from your deck except Grim. Also, you cannot declare attacks the turn you activate this card except with ritual monsters. So I would like to point out that Dueling Book, or at least the custom, is wrong here, and it's because the special summon from deck is actually a hard once per turn, so this isn't something that you can do multiple times in a turn. So I'm going to continue by normal summoning the Grim using its effect, special summoning the Abyss, which is not a hard once per turn, and Abyss allows me to add the Shadow, and from here I can go into the Sprite Elf, and then I can use the Sprite Elf to bring back the Abyss, and the Abyss here add the Vision. It really doesn't matter what order you add them in, as I'm now going to use the effect of Vision. The order doesn't matter here either, and I'm going to add the new Ritual, which you can ritual summon this card with any Gishki ritual spell. If this card is ritual summoned, you can target one water monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster, cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster special summoned from the extra deck, and once per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can return one Gishki ritual monster to your hand. And if you do, negate that activation, and if you do, shuffle that monster into the deck. So from here I'm going to use the Shadows effect, which will allow me to add the Photo Mirror, and now I can use the Photo Mirror, pay 5,000 life points to ritual summon the new ritual. And from here I can use its effect, which will allow me to bring back a water monster, which I'll bring back the Vision. And now I can go into the gigantic Sprite using the Vision and the Sprite Elf. Detach here, special summoning the blue, using the blue to get the Jet. The Jet can then special summon itself. From here I can get the Jet effect, adding the starter. And now I can go into Sprite Elf. Then here I'm making Pit Knight, but you can make Jin Buster, you can make Masquerena, there's different options you can do. And from here I'm going to set the starter, use the Focalization effect in the graveyard, setting the Illusion, and that will pretty much end this combo. So I know that there wasn't much to really show there as far as multiple card combinations go through, and like I said, that's just because I felt like that one combo kind of went through everything you need to know, and that I would be able to cover the rest quite simply in the deck profile. So you'll see that I'm going to start with the one Gishki Beast here, and the reason that I play this is because Focalization searches any Gishki monster. If worst comes to worst, you can always normal summon this in the grind game by adding it off of Focalization, then special summon one of your twos and make your Sprite Elf, and get into your gigantic Sprite that way, or whatever you need to do. But that's kind of the theory behind it, and you can see I'm also only playing one Diviner here. This could be called by the grave if you don't want the second normal summon, but I like the utility that Diviner is able to bring with the Searcher pop as just a one-of that you can also revive with Sprite Elf. Then we'll see the 3 Gishki Abyss and the 3 Gishki Grims. This is really what will make the deck work alongside Gishki Vision and Gishki Shadow, simply because of the reason that these two are able to just get each other, and then you can get either one of these through your Abyss, or even your Grim if you happen to use this as material for a ritual summon, then revive it with a Sprite Elf if you have to normal summon the Abyss. Then for the ritual monsters, we only have Mind August, Gust Kraken, and the new one, This is definitely interchangeable and it might not be the right ratios. This is just a test build and I didn't want to overcommit to the amount of ritual monsters, seeing as you're able to recycle your cards so easily with this deck, as you have your Aquamirror and Ice Mirror effects, which I haven't read yet, so I'll read it now, and it reads that this card can be used to ritual summon any Gishki ritual monster. You must also tribute either one face-up monster your opponent controls, or tribute monsters from the field or your hand whose total levels equal the level of ritual monsters of the ritual monster you ritual summon, then lose life points equal to that ritual monster's original attack. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Gishki monster in your graveyard, return that monster to the top of your deck, and this card to the bottom of the deck. And for anyone who's unfamiliar with Aquamirror, you can see that this one has a similar effect here, which you can shuffle this card from your graveyard into the deck to target one Gishki ritual monster in your graveyard, return that target to the hand. So those effects there are kind of what is my reasoning behind this. Onto the Sprite Engine, you'll see that we're just on 1 carrot, 1 red, 2 blue to keep the deck at 40, 3 jet, the 3 starters, then we have the 3 Dark Ruler No Mores, the 3 Ultimate Slayers, the 3 Focalization, absolutely crazy card. And then to round out the main deck, we have the Aquamirror Illusion. And then for the extra deck here, we have Zeus, Sky Cavalry, the Herald way to get your monsters back, the Gigantic Sprite, the 2 Entis, the 1 Herald of the Arclight, the 1 Trouble Sunny for the Ultimate Slay. The Avramax can be 0 Boros, or it just can be another Masquerena target, really. Topologic Bomber Dragon. You can mess around with stuff there. And then the Unicorn, the Masquerena, the 2 Sprite Elves, and the Pit Knight. There may be a time where you can actually bump up the Sprite Elf and the Gigantic Sprite to 3, or just do a 3 and 2. If you want to commit less to the Ultimate Slayer package and the Diviner, you can always replace like an Entis, then take out the Avramax for whatever else you want. But those are really the 2 extra deck monsters that I probably would change. It's just the multiple Entises here because of Sprite Elf being able to revive Diviner, which is a plus from the Ultimate Slayer being able to hit tiers the way it does. But anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. It's Bones, signing out.